The first step in cleaning your hamster's cage is to remove the hamster from the cage and put them in a safe place that they can play around in while you're cleaning their cage. So I put my hamster in a ball and I'm just going to let him roll around on the floor during this video. And I'm going to additionally take out any other items in the cage that isn't bedding. So like a wheel or a food bowl or his water tank. Once you have removed all of the additional items of the cage, now it's time to throw away all of the old bedding into a trash bag. I wouldn't recommend dumping any of the bedding into the toilet, because most of the time the bedding is not biodegradable. So, like I'm doing, a trash bag or trash can works best. After you've thrown away all of the old bedding, now it's time to rinse off the cage with some water and soap. After letting the soap and water sit for about 5 minutes, the cage is ready to dump out. And you'll need to rinse off any extra soap. And then after the cage is clean, it's time to let it dry. I'm going to take a towel and dry out the cage. Hamsters are not good with water. It actually washes out their essential oils in the fur and can leave them open to diseases if they're exposed to too much water. So it's important to make sure your cage is nice and dry with your hamster. Now that the cage is nice and dry, it's time to add some bedding to it. I'm going to use some paper bedding. There's also some cotton ball bedding and other types that you can use for a hamster's cage. Just want to add it and make sure that it covers the cage nicely. And once there's enough, then I'm going to add, that looks like enough. So now it's time to add back the food bowl and the wheel. If you'd like to, you can additionally clean the other items, but the hamsters like when they can recognize their scent. So unless you have to, it might be good to do that on a day you're not also cleaning its cage. So now we have a clean cage. So once the cage is clean and all the additional items are added back in, you can finally add your hamster back. And before putting the hamster back in the cage, I didn't include this step, but I do like to use bath powder if the hamster is dirty, just because you can't bathe your hamster, because again, they aren't good with water and it may actually harm them than help them. So this bath powder is a safe way for them to get clean if they need to.